2.3 million. That's the number of U.S. households across the United States who are seriously delinquent on their mortgage. I'm Spade at Keller Williams Realty. We break down the numbers and what it means for the future of the housing market. That's coming up. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. I'm Spade at Keller Williams Realty. I appreciate you being here. This is where we try to make sense of the real estate market and everything going on right now during the pandemic. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and clicking that little bell so you can be notified every time we drop fresh new content, I sure would appreciate it. And if you are so inspired by this video, if you would give it a thumbs up, I would truly appreciate it. Not only does it help the video, but it also boosts my self-esteem. And I'm a nice guy and you seem like a nice person if you're watching this video, so I appreciate you helping me out. Also, if you have a comment after this video, please drop it below and I will return your message in the comments. So what does it mean to be seriously delinquent on your mortgage? Well, according to Black Knight, who is a company that compiles mortgage data across U.S. households across the United States, they say seriously delinquent mortgages are those mortgages that are 90 plus days delinquent. Now, remember, here in California, and we've gone over this before, if you are delinquent on your mortgage, the lender, your servicer, can file a notice of default on the 91st day. So after the first 90 days, on the 91st day, the servicer can file what's called a notice of default. Now there's a series of steps that goes along with that, and if you would like to watch a video on what that's like from a title perspective, we've linked that right there above, so you can check out that video. However, on the 91st day, they can file what's called a notice of default, and that's what Black Knight is really talking about. Those mortgages that are seriously delinquent. Now you'll also remember that after 120 days, the lender can file what's called a notice of trustee sale. And a notice of trustee sale means if you don't get in touch with your lender, come current on your payments, or do some sort of loan modification, that the lender has the right to sell your home on the courthouse steps. And that's the point where your home would become a bank-owned property. A little bit more unsettling news about those delinquencies. That's actually 5 times more delinquencies than it was in January at the beginning of the year, pre-pandemic. So things are seemingly getting a little bit worse. Let's break down some more numbers. According to Black Knight, 3.4 million Americans across the United States are 30 days or more behind on their mortgage. However, they have not gotten a notice of default yet filed on their property. Remember, they're within that 90-day period. So Black Knight is monitoring those 3.4 million Americans very closely. Another 3.7 million Americans are at the trustee sale phase of the foreclosure process across the United States, which means if these homeowners aren't getting in touch with their lender, there could be a small flurry of foreclosures across the United States. Mississippi, Hawaii, Louisiana, Alaska, and Nevada, you are the states with delinquencies 90 plus days past due. So what do these numbers mean for San Diego? Well, here's my prediction. I don't think in the short term that we're going to have a flood of foreclosures anytime soon. Remember, there is an eviction moratorium here in California until the end of February, February 28th as a matter of fact. And there are attorneys that are gearing up for evictions when landlords can start to evict tenants. So if you are a tenant and you haven't been paying your rent, you need to be aware that evictions can start taking place on March 1st. This is where I think we're going to see more distressed properties hit the market. They're not necessarily in foreclosure, but there's a lot of landlords who have had tenants that haven't paid their rent because of the pandemic. This is where I see that we're going to take a turn in San Diego. So I feel the opportunity is going to be in what was formerly landlord-owned properties. Those will then convert into owner-occupied investment properties, which means the owner lives in one and rents out multiples, Or if it's a condo or a detached house, those are going to become more owner-occupied home, and that's where I think the opportunity is going to be. So I wouldn't hold my breath on a flurry of foreclosures, like I said, hitting the market anytime soon, and that's because in many parts of the country there are foreclosure moratoriums, including here in California right now. So I think that, yes, we will see them, but they're not going to dump on the market quickly like they did back in 2008. However, I do see an adjustment in the housing market, and that's what a lot of people aren't talking about. Now, there is a silver lining coming out of all of this. 43,000 homeowners across the United States have come out of the foreclosure process. If you or anyone you know is struggling to make their mortgage payment, feel free to reach out to me. I've written the Forbearance Survival Guide, and I'd love to share it with you. It's about a 13-page document that just spells out your options that you have if you're in this position. There's still more than 13 million people that are unemployed in California, which is causing a huge problem and could be systemic down the road. What we want to do is make sure that you don't get caught in the foreclosure chain. It is a seller market and prices are going up. Interest rates are sub 3%. And there's motivated buyers out there who are willing to purchase your property. And right now, you've got equity. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at 619-818-2992. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.